It's Match Day Live, well, kind of, sort of, presented by CIBC here on One Soccer. There's a look at the players arriving. It's in Kingston, Jamaica. This is supposed to be Canada versus Jamaica, but Mother Nature didn't want to cooperate tonight. Game was supposed to kick off at 7 p.m. ET, but as you can see, the pitch completely drenched in certain parts. It's ankle deep. They postponed it to 8. They postponed it to 9. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the official word that the game has, in fact, been canceled, rescheduled tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. But welcome inside our studio. Anyways, Andy Petrillo alongside Jimmy Brennan and Jordan Wilson. We always wonder, what do players have to do to stay focused? And we're going to get into that in just a moment. But let me tell you something. It's for broadcasters, too. We were going a little crazy over here. Some certain things were being said. We were playing charades. We needed to stay focused.
You made us play charades.
Bullied us into playing charades.
We didn't want to play charades.
It may have been me who lost focus, but here we go. Have you guys ever been in a crazy situation like this where there's been such a massive, delay and then a postponed game to the next day?
I've been in a situation where we've had delays, whether it be lightning, maybe a little bit too much rain, and it's only maybe 2-3 hours, 3.5 maximum. But nothing like this. I mean, this was absolutely horrendous. The rain that was coming down. I'd never seen a pitch like that before in my life. No. But I can imagine what the players were going through. And the whole time when you see the rain coming through, the players be thinking, oh, there's the speculation, this has got to get canceled. It has to get canceled. And then it's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed. And then you're thinking, are we going to play? Are we not going to play? So emotionally and mentally, it really gets to you when you're in that dressing room. You saw the couple of clips there where the players are just in the corridors playing keepy-uppy, just trying to keep occupied and keep busy. But this is a hard moment as a footballer, because now you got to try to prepare yourself for the next match.
Yeah, for both sides, it must have been tough as well, for Jamaica and Canada. But you look at the pitch, like, there's no way that you're playing football tonight, Jimmy. Like, no. Even if they were to get on this pitch, one, it's not safe. I remember playing a match similar to this, not as waterlogged, but you started the match, and as it went on, it was a lot of rain. And playing center, I had to scoop the ball up to try to clear it. Like, nonsense like that. I remember the next day, my groin, I was just walking around like I was finished. I was destroyed. Because, like, just running on the field like I was Waluigi, like, literally my legs trying to get high, it just takes everything away from the game. It's no longer football at that point. So it's the right call to postpone it.
It becomes dangerous as well. For sure. That, because those passes that you play, it gets stuck, and then there's 50-50s. And, I mean, we end up calling them hospital balls because now it gets stuck in the water and two guys got to go after it. It's dangerous.
Well, and you just mentioned the players playing keepy-uppy. Sorry, that's what I was chuckling at, because I didn't realize that was the technical term for keep-ups. Keepy-uppy?
Well, yeah, that's like the UK.
Okay, so there you go, keepy-uppy. I say I'm learning something new.
See?
This is what they're doing, because here's the thing, to your point, as a player, you don't know yet if it's going to be canceled, so you have to stay warm. And I've heard of incidences, to your point, Jimmy, we talk about 2-3 hours delay. Players have run out of food sometimes in the locker room, because now you're waiting so long. Maybe you already dipped into that protein bar a little earlier on, and now there's nothing left. It's going too long. So, I mean, how do you also just, as a player, even though you might be wishing for it to be canceled, what are some of the things you have to do to be prepared that it could be played?
Well, you're right. I mean, you think you probably maybe 3 hours before the match, and then all of a sudden now you've got another 2 hours and you're still not playing. You do end up getting hungry, so you're picking at things, you're eating snacks.
I get hungry.
Yeah, definitely. And then, you have the granola bars, you'll have the nuts, bananas, and all that kind of stuff. But that goes quick, real quick, because they only have enough just before the game. Yeah. So it does become a little bit of a scramble, especially for the kit man and everybody else involved, because they're out trying to get you more food.
Yeah, no kidding.
But outside of that, it's like boredom as well, right? You want to go, you have all this energy saved up to go out and play a match, and then it's postponed. You're just like, just give me a ball, give me something to do. Yeah. You see guys doing a little two-touch, but these are the times, Gaff, where you figure out who really has a touch, right? When you're in your socks, you're doing a little two-touch playing. It's good to see them being active, but this is a horrible way to play a game, because you have so much energy that you want to put out. But you have to save it until tomorrow morning. Yeah,
it's too bad. Obviously, fans were in attendance. Saw some Canadian fans there as well. Been postponed until tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. And the Jamaican Soccer Federation has just announced that it will be free for all fans tomorrow. So trying to encourage everybody to come on out. But I do want to maybe put you in the head of Mauro Biello right now, because as a coach, I mean, you have things planned down to the T. So you know you're having a game. You have your rest and recovery. You have your flight. We know they have the game on Tuesday as well. So how are you calculating things as well as a coach right now to just make sure that your players are getting the best that they need? A, weird time to have a game, and B, still make sure they're prepared for Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult, because, I mean, you never expect these situations to happen, because they're very rare. to be honest with you. And you know this as well, playing professional football. It's not often something like this happens. So as they're preparing for this match, tomorrow they would have had a recovery day. They would have been flying out tomorrow afternoon back to Toronto and then getting back into the routine, getting themselves ready for Tuesday. Now you're looking at it thinking, okay, well, these players have been just sitting in this dressing room for 5 hours, 6 hours, not really doing anything, trying to prepare for the match, thinking it was on, it wasn't on. So emotionally and mentally, these guys are all over the place. And now you've got to get back to the hotel, try to get a dinner ready for them, and then get them prepared for that match tomorrow morning at 10:30, which is totally off routine for a footballer. Footballers like routine. We like to say, okay, here, this is when you're training, this is when we're playing, this is when our flight is, this is when we're going to eat. And so when you throw them off a little bit, it's not good. It's that mental game now starts to sink in.
What is that, a 7 a.m. wake-up call? What is that?
That's very early.
Yeah.
And it's going back to grassroots. This is like U9 when you're a kid and you have that first game in the tournament. Like, you don't usually play games in the morning. You got to go up, wake up early, and take care of business. But this is huge for the program for Canada. So I know that, obviously, playing the players that they have and going into this game, it's going to be huge. I think they'll show up and show out, but obviously it's a huge distraction.
Yeah, it's difficult because you think most times, you know, if you're going to play, might be a 1 o'clock kickoff or a 3 o'clock kickoff. Normally is what the time is. I mean, some 7 o'clock at night, but you know, a lot of players when they wake up in the morning, they don't eat breakfast. They might have a little bit of a brunch after. So now all of a sudden you're getting those players that don't eat breakfast, and now you're going, well, what am I eating this morning? Yeah. Am I having my eggs and toast and beans? What's on the menu? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have, but you need fuel.
Whatever doesn't have you on the pitch,
well,
right?
That's the other thing that you got to look at, right?
Yeah, because we don't need any of those mishaps. The pitch is flooded enough, hence why this game has been postponed till tomorrow. And you know what? The Canadians have not won in Jamaica since 1988. We were wondering if they could finally get that result. That isn't to say they can't still get it tomorrow, but suddenly everything's been flipped around. Now they're making it free for fans. You wonder who's going to show up as well. It could still be a hostile environment for the Canadians. And now everything that we just talked about, they have to completely change their routine. So tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, they will play the first of this 2-game series. Remember, what's on the line is the Final Four in Concacaf Nations League, and for the first time ever, a berth into Copa America. Second game goes Tuesday at BMO Field, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, well, that's it. That was a nice, quick show by us. In the meantime, enjoy Mexico and Honduras. This is the game we will show you as we leave you with the final images of why this game is not being played in Jamaica. Who's taking a corner kick there? Who's doing it? You got to do it like a beach ball or something. You're not doing that with any kind of soccer ball. See you tomorrow, Canada.